What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Credit Plug channel. So for today's video, we have a very special guest. We have Justin Smith from CorePay, and he's going to be going over one of the latest business credit accounts, the CorePay One MasterCard. So welcome to have you on our channel, Justin.
Thanks, Antoine. Yeah, really happy to be here. Thanks, everybody, for having me on the show and spending some time with us. Really excited to go through a really exciting product launch for us. Maybe as a quick intro on me, I work for FleetCor and CorePay. A little bit of background, I'm the head of strategy and sales at CorePay One. So happy to roll you through our latest and greatest product and not only tell you about it, but really show you on this video as well.
So before we dive into the demo, for those who might not be familiar with FleetCor, what's the connection between FleetCor and CorePay?
Yeah, really good question, Antoine. So a couple of things are really around the background of CorePay One and our mission will be how I answer this. FleetCor is an S&P 500 company, and we are in the business of helping other businesses make payments. So FleetCor is a B2B payments company. Most people know us through our fuel card brand, right? So if you've ever been a small business or a large business and need a fuel card, you've definitely run into one of our brands before there. We have hundreds of thousands of small business customers who use us through our fuel card brand. And so a little bit of backstory on CorePay One. I actually started in the fuel cards department at FleetCor. And one of the biggest questions we always got from our small business customers was, hey, this fuel card is an amazing way for me to allow my remote employees to purchase fuel for their vehicles. And it helps me build my credit. But the more that we had relationships with these small businesses, we always got the question of, hey, is there more stuff that FleetCor or my fuel card can offer me, like all of my expenses, right? Hey, what about more than just fuel? What about my accounts payable? All these things that I can't really put on a card, but they still have a lot of pain points around managing. Really, the last couple of years, FleetCor has been expanding our value prop and our product set to the small business customer in ways that we want to go beyond fuel cards. And so CorePay One is our answer for that. So really, CorePay One lives within FleetCor. We're all owned by the same S&P 500 company. You're doing business with an S&P 500 company. But really, our product here is, hey, this is our evolution from more than just a fuel card to a spend platform for your entire business. So this is our first time we've ever had a product that we can cleanly say, hey, I want to talk to you about all of the expenses that run through your business, and I might have some stuff that's interesting and valuable to you.
These are just questions I know a lot of our subscribers are going to ask. So in terms of qualifications, credit score, revenue, time in business, is there a particular minimum threshold in terms of qualifications on those different data points?
Great question. And I love the answer that we have, which is no, there are no hard minimum requirements. We do ask for a personal guarantee, and we do a hard pull. So by doing both of those things, it really allows us to get a full picture and underwrite to small businesses who might be new, right? Or, hey, they're just starting out. So we love the ability to work with new businesses, right? As you're growing your revenue from zero. And so that's really our philosophy, which is, hey, we want to have a model where we can extend credit to those early stage businesses and grow from there. So we love not having minimums where other companies might have those. Hey, you got to be in business a couple years, have revenue above this, that, or the other, which we right now by design do not, and we're really happy with that.
Got it. So this is something that, let's say, a relatively newer business would be able to apply for. And so to follow up with that, and I know this is something that a lot of our subscribers also want to know, is there a specific credit bureau that's being used to qualify?
So it's a really nice situation. So the commercial bureaus we report to build credit are Equifax, D&D, and Experian Commercial. Three really good ones to build your credit with. And then when we do the personal guarantee, it's through Experian Consumer.
Is there a particular FICO scoring model that's used, like a FICO 8, FICO 9, FICO 10? Do you have any insight into that?
I'd say right now our credit underwriting is always evolving. So there are no hard and fast rules. And we just launched this card a month and a half ago, I believe. And so we're constantly iterating what can we do to improve really our credit acceptance rates. And so we look at a lot of things, and what the credit team uses to make their determinations changes a lot. So I'd say it's an ever changing situation, Antoine. And
Fair enough. And then in terms of like the application process, what types of documentation can someone expect to submit in terms of like business information, their EIN, their, maybe even their bank statements? What types of documentation would someone expect to have to submit just in preparation of, applying for the CorePay One MasterCard?
we've designed this to be a very seamless and for most folks, an instant decision on this process that only takes a few minutes. The path to applying would be one, use Antoine's link to apply to support his channel. And then you'll see we are more than just a card. And so you will sign up for CorePay One. We'll ask you a little bit about your business, but really from there, you're on the platform, right? And once you're in the platform, we'll talk about the business bill pay side of it later. But you'll see in many places across the product, there are apply now buttons. That will be the credit application for the CorePay MasterCard. So it's a two-stage thing. Hey, sign up for the platform and then apply for the card within it. And on the credit app, it's very basic information. We will need your EIN number, but everything else is really around, hey, tell me about the business, tell me about the personal guarantor, and you get an instant decision in a lot of cases right there. So it's like 4 or 5 really simple pages to fill out, and some of those are really, hey, after let's say you've been approved, how many cards do you need? What do they need to say? We do not ask for actual PDFs of bank statements or anything like that. In a few cases, we might ask you to connect a bank account through our online connection system. Other cases, we might need you to identify or verify your identity, but this is all seamless thing that you can do on your computer or your cell phone. Most of the times this takes 5-10 minutes. The only time I've seen it take longer is if somebody's forgotten their EIN and they got to go find it.
And is there a minimum and maximum credit limit?
Another great question. So the answer is no. I will say I haven't seen too many lines below like 1,000, 2,000. Like beneath that, sometimes it's actually a hard line to feel like it's useful. But there are no maximum credit limits. If I will say, like, if folks are coming to us looking for a really heavyweight credit limit, we might have to. There might be alternate paths that we take. But otherwise, no. It's really simple. No minimums, no maximums. And a lot of times you can get an approved credit limit right there on the screen. But for bill pay, we have a platform for small businesses to get all of their invoices and payables into one place to manage seamlessly. I don't know about anybody in the audience, but I've never been able to pay my mortgage or my rent with a credit card. But there are some times where my cash flow has been tight enough where it would have been nice, right? So, hey, there are big expenses sometimes that I can't use my credit line for. And we've really tried to solve that problem and have solved it here. So within CorePay One, you can use a credit card to pay almost any bill, including things like rent. And what happens is you swipe your card with CorePay One, and we send your vendor a check or an ACH. All right, you effectively use your card to send checks and send bank transfers to your vendors who don't accept card. Think about that. Hey, I can unlock the cash flow of not having to pay rent with the money in my bank account. Sometimes stuff gets tight. There is a fee for that, right? So when we accept cards, there are fees for accepting that. So we have to kind of pass that along. But I'd say it's a small fee. It's 2.9% of the invoice amount. You swipe that with us, and we send your vendor that check or an ACH, right? And what that's doing is effectively preventing you, the small business who needs that function, from going to the bank to getting like a loan or kind of like a term, like a line of credit or something, because those are time intensive and painful. If anybody's gone through those, going to a bank, all that paperwork. So when you need it, we have this service where, hey, just for 2.9% for this one thing, you can spend that with us, and we send your vendors checks and ACH.
Wow. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good service. And I mean that's comparable to, some of the other ones you might see out there like a Plastique or Melio payments. Basically, you'll get billed on that card, and then you'll send a ACH or a check. So you can actually use the CorePay Mastercard to pay your bills where the vendor doesn't actually accept the credit card.
Yeah, the answer is you can use your CorePay MasterCard. Absolutely, we love that, and you can bring your own card to do that, sir. Any executive in Amex in the audience, let's keep chatting. But right now, it's a Visa and Mastercard situation only, and we're working with Amex to see if we can get that network use case unlocked. Right, and I guess in the CorePay Mastercard sense of that use case, right, the 2.9% fee gets netted against the 1.5% cash back. I don't think I've mentioned that yet. We should.
Right.
Hey, if you use our card and pay bills on the platform, it's 1.5% cash back on your card. So it's if you only want to see us as a card platform, it's 1% cash back. But hey, the power of being better together. Hey, we'll give you 1.5% cash back on your card if you use us for both the card and the bill pay service.
Wow. So that's effectively then like 1.4% when you think about 2.9 you minus the 1.5. So to pay your bill, if you're using your core pay MasterCard to, pay your bills, then it's only really going to cost you 1.4% for vendors that don't accept credit cards. I think there's a lot of utility with the entire platform, and I appreciate you sharing all of this great insight information. Any parting words before we wrap this up?
Yeah, I mean, one, thanks for spending the time listening to me go over the product. We're really excited, and I can't tell you how much value we're trying to bring to small business by bringing accounts payable and bill pay and the leading kind of controlled card product under one roof. We've got a roadmap that extends well through the years to keep adding more and more cool features to this. But really, otherwise, the only last thing is really pricing, Antoine. So, I love this conversation because we do not have monthly fees, no user fees, no card fees, and there's no real contracts. Like we don't have to talk about, hey, use it. We have to like sign contracts to get started. Just use Antoine's link and you'll quickly see sign up to get started, start now free. You fill that in and you're in, right? You can apply for the card from there. And we have actual humans that will reach out to you once you sign up and help facilitate really whatever you're trying to solve. If we can help you with your credit needs, with your bill pay needs, or both, and make them better together, you have real human consultants that'll reach out to you and help support you getting onboarded and having a really fast time to getting value. But otherwise, we love the product. We'll probably do a couple more, Antoine. Maybe we go into a few more use cases. But otherwise, please check us out. We're excited for you signing up and hopefully helping you and your business. Go back to those three things. I want to help you improve your cash flow, save you material amounts of time, put real money back in your pocket, and really help you build some credit too.
So if anyone's interested, I've dropped a link in the description of the video as well as pinned in the comment section. Again, Justin, definitely appreciate you coming on and sharing this information. And I think this will be of great value to a lot of our subscribers. So again, thank you very much for coming on. And until next time, take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon.